Back home, we're talking about the role of theater and how it helps in nation building. With me this morning is an internationally recognized teaching artist with a strong background in theater arts, creative writing, film, dance, and directing. And in 2002, he was selected as a fully funded presenter at the 6th International Teaching Artist Conference in Norway, and he was also featured in the UNESCO International Art Education Week in the year 2021. And so before I introduce my guest and all the input he's putting into making theater a tool for developing the nation, we're going to watch a short clip from my guest, and then when we come back, we'll get chatting.
At the end of this session, we are wearing the T-shirts for change.
Yes. Yes.
I love all of you. My name is Atsu Adaletey from Ghana.
Right on.
And God bless.
In fact, it doesn't just rely on study of textbooks, as most students do in school. We always want to experiment, to do things that nobody has even thought of.
Wow.
Yes, that's Peter.
And very talented too.
Peter Atsu Adaletey is an internationally recognized multidisciplinary teaching artist. He has worked with schools, community arts hubs, churches, and corporate and nonprofit organizations. He has contributed immensely to teaching artistry, empowered many children, youth, and artists through art-rich events at the National Theatre of Ghana and other innovative workshops. And he has used his arts organization, Bright Future Arts Foundation, as a vehicle for promoting arts in education. He's spread his passion for the arts, not only into schools, churches, and communities throughout Ghana, but also through mentorship of younger teaching artists and empowering students in co-creation. He shared how students respond and become so engaged, as that's the approach they've been crying for. Yet it remains challenging to convince schools of the need for both student choice and voice in learning, and for the arts integrated into the school day, a challenge Atsu continues to take on. Atsu is expanding the field of teaching artistry in Ghana by engaging international teaching artists in empowering Ghanaian teaching artists. Atsu's dedication has been acknowledged by UNESCO in the International Arts Education Week.
Welcome back, and I'm sure that clip gave you an insight into who our guest is. Our guest is Peter Atsu Adaletey. He's the country director for ITAC. ITAC is the International Teaching Artists Collaborative, and he's also a teaching artist who is using art as a tool for national development. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Good morning. Welcome to the studio, Atsu.
Yes.
Hi.
I've already told you this, but I must say it again on the national television. I love this.
Oh, thank you very much. I love yours as well. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
GBC.
Yeah.
We like to do our African thing.
Yeah.
This is the first time ever, first time I'm sitting with a teaching artist. I don't know who a teaching artist is. I'm sure a lot of people don't know who a teaching artist is. So do us the honors before we get to know you. Who's a teaching artist?
You have actually met most of them.
Oh.
You have. I think it's the name.
Okay.
You see, a teaching artist is any artist who moves into the communities to transfer his creative artistic skills for social change.
Okay.
You know, so if you're an artist, you move into the communities, churches, schools, what have you, and you use that transformative tool to bring change. So that's a teaching artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so, guys, if you don't know who a teaching artist is, together we found out who a teaching artist is, and we're going to be spending time with Peter Atsu Adaletey, and find out how he's doing and what's happening in your field. So, what have you been up to first? Tell us how you got into. What kind of artist are you first? Do you like paint? Do you like make music? Or you are a cocktail
I'm
of
a
everything?
performing visual artist.
Okay.
So I'm multi. It all started when I was, I found this when I was in JHS, Nima 2 Junior Secondary School, and then moved to Keta Secondary School. So it all began strongly in Keta Secondary School.
Okay.
So in Keta Secondary School, my parents sent me, Atsu Adaletey, my twin brother, to school. And then, unfortunately, I enrolled in a course I didn't desire for. So I was moved into to offer technical.
Okay.
So there, it was a bitter experience for me, but I have to just endure. And then, so what I did is that I schooled myself within the time frame 3 years. So I placed myself more. They call it the extra curriculum.
Okay. Yeah.
But for me, it was my course. Okay. So I was more into drama, into dance, and doing all this over the years. So in fast forward 1998, professionally, I started moving to schools and spaces with teaching artistry.
Okay, 25 years. Wow.
Yeah, by
lots
God's
of
grace.
experience you might have garnered on the way.
Also at the National Theatre, volunteer in other spaces, schools, churches, work intensively. And my idea was to project development, in communities where we have storytelling, where we have all these other art form blends together, to really move things. So that's what I've been doing over the years.
And how would you, if you were to rate yourself, 25 years of doing this, if you were to rate yourself, what grade would you give yourself?
That'll just be, I'm fulfilled.
Fulfilling.
Yes, it's fulfilling.
Okay.
And I can't grade that. It's fulfilling doing this.
Okay. You're also an advocate. It stems from when your own personal experience. You're an advocate for to sort of scrap extracurricular and put it into the main curriculum. Why? Why are you on that campaign, and where have we got into with that?
Arts integration. So when I moved to the schools, I've always been contracted to organize such events, graduations and all that.
Okay.
And everybody, parents, school owners, are very happy about what I put in there. So I was like, okay, fine. If you appreciate this, why do you sideline this?
Okay.
Why don't you integrate this into the structure itself? Because the arts can be used as a powerful vehicle, all right, to enhance learning. It's good you integrate it, then the learners can have that experience. It's not an easy movement, but I believe it's going to be possible, because I've already been moved to some of the schools already into arts integration. We had some couple of workshops. I create the platform, flexible platform for the students to express themselves. And what I do is that I know that you have math, science, and all that, so I try to marry these fields together, and they're able to express themselves doing that. And I really found out that in doing this, most of them get to discover their talents and their strength.
Okay.
And I'm able to broaden that field or broaden that experience with them, and they're able to achieve some powerful results in the school.
Okay.
Yes.
You volunteered at the National Theatre for the longest of times.
Yeah. Volunteerism, it's good to be a volunteer, but we can't deny the fact that it's very painful, because resource, energy, time, and everything goes freely.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the best way to be successful, because you end up learning so many things from many people freely. And the recommendations come in, then that's where you start knocking people's head with cash.
In your work, how has theatre shaped the nation in the past 25 years actively doing this? What are some of the changes that you have seen, or changes in progress that you have seen?
Nationwide, I'm sorry to say, it's not the best. I visited one of the community centers at Nkwanta.
Okay.
And when I saw the physical structure, inwardly I wept. On a national level, I strongly feel that as a people, as a government, as a people, there's a lot to do. We need to really narrow our lens to community theatre. Because for me, it's key to nation's development. That is where we can explore the issues going around and integrate them into the arts and really bring out social issues. And definitely there's a change.
There's a change.
There's a change.
Okay,
Yeah.
by slow.
Yeah,
but
by
there's
slow.
a change.
By slow.
Okay, so we are going to take a break and watch some of the stuff that Atsu has been doing. That's Atsu doing his stuff. Atsu, back to you. I'm curious, how can theatre arts be used to sort of address social issues?
I move into the communities with the team.
Okay.
And then instead of just fetching informations like putting in data and then bring it down to the state, what we do is that really involve some of the people. We bring such people to us, so they become part of the cast.
Okay.
So at the end of the
people
day,
from the community.
From the community, from the community. They are not becoming spectators. They are part of us, and we end up, bringing the issues together collectively, and we stage those in the communities.
Okay.
So when you do that, you realize that it is not the writer's job alone to go search and feed the cast to showcase, but engaging the community members who are already, voicing their issues out. So if you find them on the stage themselves, they're able to amplify that these issues. Yeah.
If we're talking generating revenue, how's theatre arts helping with that? And do you think we've done well? We need to do more when it comes to that.
We need to be very deliberate. I believe we need to have a national vision towards the arts. Being deliberate about it. If the government can raise some incentives, tax incentives, this is where the private sector can come in strongly to collaborate, teamwork, and then we can have this going on in the communities.
How involved is the private sector? 25 years of doing this. How involved is the private sector in educational activities such as this?
I'll talk from my personal experience. Not rosy, but I wouldn't blame them too, because I believe we need a lot of orientation or education. They need to first believe in the craft, for the most of them are interested in the outcome. They're interested in what would they get.
Yeah.
That's it. So it has not been rosy, but when they find out that, with my experience, when they find out that you are very committed to the cause or your crafts, they are able to come in strongly and assist. So we need a lot of orientation, like we are doing a lot of, promotion, education, orientation. Yes, for them to come in.
And so 25 years, what's happening with the celebrations? Any activities? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm still volunteering, moving to schools, churches, spaces, and freely projecting the arts, using the arts as an effective tool for healing, and development, especially like empowerment.
Okay. When is your next exhibition? What school are you working with? What are you doing? How can we see you doing your work? Where do we find you across social media then?
Okay, social media is Adaletey Theatre House or Peter Atsu Adaletey.
Okay.
But from here, I'm moving to Keta Seminary School.
Okay.
Next month, yes, of course, to work.
That's Jolali.
Jolali.
Yes, we've had them here a couple of times.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to do when you go to Jolali? What's happening? What are you doing? What are
It's
you
all about
exhibiting?
empowerment. You know, I want them to understand that whatever you have, you need to build.
Okay.
You know, master what you have, give what you have, and you surely be fulfilled.
Okay, so in wrapping up, what do you have to tell the general public and everyone who's watching us now?
God has blessed every one of us with a gift or talent. So you have to invest time and discover yourself, build yourself, and give yourself to the world. I mean, and that's it.
Thank you very much. We've been having a conversation on the role of community theatre arts in nation building, and we've been having this conversation with Peter Atsu Adaletey. He's country director, ITAC. ITAC is the International Teaching Artists Collaborative, and he's been in this industry for 25 years. He's doing amazing, and let's celebrate him together. If you go on social media, look for Jolali, you can find out what he's doing, and if you want to be part of it, and then you can follow him, and then you can be part of the work that he's doing. This has been our show, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.